F's, Doritos. I want to see Doritos in the chat right now. All right. Hello guys. Let me just unmute my mic on Discord. Well, I am really happy to be to lead this stream and show you guys some of the gameplay elements of Outbreak. It's of course a big disclaimer here. It's a big work in progress. It's early in the game state, so don't expect it to look like a final product. But it's gonna show you like how big it feels and what you can expect, pretty much. Big whip. Outbreak of Doritos. I like that. So, Bobby, you here?
I am.
Hello there.
Hello. Hello everybody in the chat. I think we need more Doritos. I don't feel like we have enough.
Yeah.
I'm working on.
Yeah, there's the Doritos all the way.
It's that Bobby dude. Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, I don't think that's me in that picture. So hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Glad you guys could make it. I know some people have problems with the timing because it's late for some people, but hopefully this works out for everyone. And of course, you know, we'll get it up on YouTube and everybody can watch it afterwards. So I'm here obviously with Mark. We also have our other two team members on the stream. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hey, what's up? It's Angelo Ristad. I am the social media manager for the game, and hope we have a really cool time tonight.
And hello, I'm Hannah Nichols. I'm the composer for the game, and I'm excited to get this started as well.
Well, let's get to it then. So just so everybody's kind of aware of what we're going to be showing today, it's obviously the big thing is gameplay. So we're not going to spend nearly as much time talking as we did last time. We're going to go through two sort of gameplay runs. The first one's going to be very realistic, showing what a typical day in the game will be. Mark's going to show all that. He's going to talk it through and kind of show you what he's doing and point out certain things, you know, stuff like vegetation and the storms, and, you know, obviously all the really fun stuff. And then if you stick around, the second half of this little stream here, we're going to run another gameplay demo, but this time want to get a little bit of interactiveness from you guys and have you type in the chat what you want us to do. So basically you'll say, yeah, you need to drive that way, and Mark will do it. So pretty much you become the player, the controller. So figure that might be a little bit of fun for you guys, and really nothing's off the table. As long as it can be done in the game, you'll get a chance to kind of direct. Now obviously not everybody is going to be able to get their word in, but we'll try our best.
So like if you type left on the chat, it's gonna control the game and it's gonna turn left. No, I'm kidding. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, can you believe we got the game that far? Yeah, but we'll definitely.
If you type do a barrel roll, then the car does a barrel roll.
Just automatically.
All we're gonna see is back off.
And then to wrap it up, we want to get some thoughts and reviews from you guys just on what you think of the current progress so far and stuff. So with that said, I'm gonna mute my mic, let Mark take over and show you guys first real look at Outbreak.
Well, thank you then. First of all, just before I do this, I want to say a big, huge thank you to Fire Resistance for his $15 donation that he just did at the start of the stream. It wasn't even started. He gave us a big $15, and like it's much appreciated. It's gonna stay in the fund for the game, and you're gonna see it's gonna do well. Anything else
and
we
that's
should
it.
do?
And that's it. That was all we were after. All right, bye, stream.
Yeah. Alright, I'm leaving. Okay, let's start this. Let me just have a look at the chat. I'm also, if you don't mind, I think everybody loves the cool music I'm playing, but I want you to feel the game's, the in-game sound. So I'm gonna pause that. No Toyota, no purchase. Alright, I'm gonna leave you guys. It's over, sorry. No, I'm just gonna remove my face from the stream because I want you to see the game for what it looks like right now. And then, here we go. Alright. There is quite a loading process. Oh, it's going not bad.
Well, I just got chills.
Bobby, you should post an announcement in the Discord. I think it didn't do it.
Alright, I'll get on it.
Well, what a sunny day. Okay, it's loading still. So, it's not Minecraft. The minimap is just rendered for a small part right now, so you can only see this. I can zoom in, zoom out. At any time I can drop my probe. Bloop. There you go. And take it back. I'm not gonna use this sound effect. As you can see, the sound is affected when you get inside the vehicle, unless the windows are crashed. Then you get the outside sound.
Peeling out already? You excited?
I'm sorry?
I just thought it was funny that you peeled out like that.
I don't remember like who asked for like realistic vegetation. I think this new one looks quite good. I got the comment from, I think it was Angelo, that said it looks like South Dakota, I think. I'm driving like I'm in Britain, yeah, because I'm drunk.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of it.
I'm driving slow because I'm doing a lot of things at the same time, and you know what they say, don't text and drive. Okay, let's stop here and look at the scenery. We have a developing cloud there. We have some nice hills. So, another disclaimer here. Hold on, what's happening? 50! Are you kidding? I want Doritos like everywhere. Thank you so much. This guy is gonna get all the perks. Like, guys, Bobby, I think we should note everyone that donated there and just keep the money and, like, insert it in the Kickstarter donations so that they get the rewards for what they just gave.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely with you. I think that'll work.
Shout out to Fire Resistance for being the real MVP.
Oh. Like, seriously. $50. You know what, Fire? The first $50 are going to go directly into the look of the clouds that you see there. For the new shader, make it look way better than that. But I guess like the shapes are here. Oh, we got a storm. Forming, I guess. Let me just go see what's this way. It's so hard to drive and look at my chat at the same time. So you guys can like tell me if you see something funny or whatever. Obscenization is fine. Yeah, it still needs optimization, of course. Whoa.
And I'd like to give a shout out to the new lighting.
Oh yeah.
Notice at the beginning, you got to see the gas station.
Somebody was asking earlier about the roads, and so I thought I'd just point out that it will be more difficult to drive on dirt roads, especially in the rain. Isn't that right, Mark?
Yeah. Also, you can see like the blending of the textures are not perfect from a distance. It's quite better when you look down here. But it's going to be fixed. It's going to be looking way better than that. So one thing that's cool is you can look at the direction of the wind just by looking at vegetation. Or if you have it on your car, you can look at your thing here. We have like south winds right now. We're not quite affected by the storm yet. Oh. My lights. Oh, there you go. I was so like... I mentioned it in the last stream that I accelerate the development of the whole structure so that I can show you everything like in a short amount of time. So you can see the shelf cloud here forming. It's obviously because there's an outflow there. You can also see the anvil on top and the whole structure back there. So this thing here would have an outflow. You can see my cursor, right? Yep. It would be like more outflow on the north side here, and you can see like there's precipitation like in front of the core here. So maybe like what's interesting is more south. And I don't have a view. I'm having trouble. I just wanted. Okay, all right. Uh-oh, it's raining. Oh, you can see there's a clear base right there. Oh, we got the winds have turned. Like it looks like it's going towards the base. So it's usually a good sign when you chase a storm and you get influence like this. Yeah, it would be so funny that I get struck by lightning.
Mark, what are the chances of that?
I'm sorry?
So what are the chances of you getting struck by lightning?
Right now it's pretty much like reality, so it's like very low. I could make it a bit higher. Oh. So that it's more like fun. I don't know. Is it fun?
I don't know. But you mentioned it's happened to you a couple times, right?
Like not on purpose. It happened like only one time. Getting struck by lightning is very fun. All right, Justin, you're right. Yeah, there's a wall cloud here. So I can report things. Okay, so like the northern part of it seems to be separated from the southern part. And it looks like in between there might be a circulation, but it's... No, it would be south. So there's probably another rotation zone here. I know for a fact that this zone here will win over the... Oh, yeah. You can see it. Something is organizing there. Oh yeah, sirens. Yeah, they're already coded. I just forgot to add them in the scene. We'll probably make it so that reports have an impact on how quick the sirens are.
Is anybody else in like serious anticipation?
It's looking pretty intense right now.
Yeah. This gameplay faster. This will be the same when we play it. I'm not sure I understand. Like the formation of the storms will be more realistic because right now it went from a little cloud to full-grown supercell in like 1 minute. Usually what we're gonna do is have like storm being almost mature when you start the game, so like the start location that you picked will be very important because you don't have time to drive over the whole map to just get to the right place. Someone saw a funnel? Oh yeah, there's something back there. There's actually already a tornado. Oh no, Nvidia is popping updates. I hope it's not trying to do one. Here's our Hell gas station. So last stream someone said, wow, no stop signs. Well, here they are. Here they were. Okay, we have cows.
Beautiful driving.
I just wanted to show off that you can actually break the things.
We get an F in the chat for that stop sign.
Oh, so there you can see we have a kind of a hook. Something's inflowing right there. Turns out there's a tornado. And there's something that don't like the particles. It was fine in the editor.
Somebody said you should probably report the tornado.
something's wrong with my build. You know, I had to find a bug eventually. Like I can't even look at the tornado without dropping frames, so it's bad. If it just does that, I'm gonna run it in the editor and show you guys even more stuff. Smooth GR? No, never. So, I showed you guys what we're trying to do with the tornado. I'm gonna show you at the end of the stream the next part of the look of the tornado, because right now it's like a big mesh, and you can see some, you know, some multi-vortex things, but it's not there yet. I'm not like satisfied at all. Also, I think the whole tornado, like from birth to rope stage, should look way better than that. And at the end of the stream, I'm going to show you some new things that are going to be like really helpful.
Would you be able to get out of the car and look at it?
Yeah. Something bad's gonna happen, I think.
Until Michael's ass.
Whoa. Oh shit.
Rod.
Okay, so
We got hail.
like somehow the storm became HP, and the whole tornado is wrapped. Maybe I can find a clear slot. Oh, my windows are broken. My vehicle's about to like rip. Because like, you know, I made it that you can explode your vehicle. Oh my god, I made it out.
Oh, Mark, you need to get out of there.
Oh, I don't like the way the smoke goes. You can see like the whole vegetation moving towards it too. Do I have time to actually go and place a probe? I'm not sure. I wanted to show you guys the foot, but it doesn't like something there.
I love the screen shake.
Oh! It's actually staying on the houses.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
F in the chat. They just lost him.
Oh! It looks like there's an issue with the mass of the objects. They look like they're actual Doritos flying. Oh god. This house is like about to fall apart. Help.
You really got to
Ouch. Crazy because you can see like this barn wasn't hit. Oh. I'm dead. So that was the first demonstration that I could do. What's happening, chat? F's. That what you get for no smooth radar? Nobody likes smooth radar. I'm trying to read chat now. It's hard. Reload.
Can you take shelter in houses yet? Or in buildings, structures?
Right now, there's no enterables, but the only thing that you get shelter is used for shelter is the gas station's roofs. But then if the tornado is strong enough, it can also break it. But for hail, I guess right now it's the only way. You might want to answer like about the vehicles, Bobby.
So going back through here, so
that will give me a chance to restart the game.
Yeah. So let's see. As far as the vehicles in the game, I don't think we've landed on limiting them. I think we're gonna allow different types of vehicles and stuff like that. But the cool thing about it is we're gonna add a lot of modifications you can make to your vehicle, things you can purchase with in-game points. Like, you know, when you go and after you've played a few games and earned some in-game cash, you can buy upgrades for your vehicle. You know, we've talked about hail shields, we've talked about a few other things. Some of those things may also impact other stuff, like a hail shield will greatly improve your performance in hail cores and stuff, but it'll also slow down and eat at it'll definitely eat at your fuel economy.
They want a TIV.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to be able to get anything that's licensed or copyrighted, so you know, we'll find ways to make things look good. As far as positive and negative lightning strikes, I'm not sure if Mark, has that been added? Are we doing anything with that, or are we just looking at
about what? Sorry, I was loading stuff.
As far as like positive and negative lightning strikes go, do you have any? Is there? I know I've seen flashes and then I've seen bolts, but I don't know if you've put anything as far as like different types of strikes and things like that in there.
Right now there's cloud to ground, but the only other thing that you can see right now is crawlers in the clouds. Maybe we could do this at some point, but like it's really not the priority right now. Like that's some very cool detail that at one point is gonna be nice for realism and everything, and you know, even like learning how it works, then you can see actually how it looks like in real life, because there's all kinds of lightning. But like for now, I just want to concentrate on making it look good and work good. So as you can see, there was still some issues with FPS and everything at some places, and it's weird because like when I got closer to the tornado, it's like it finally loaded it and it started to feel good. So also hail was maybe too sparse. Usually I would have been probably hurt before what happened in the game that we just saw.
Right.
But yeah.
So, yep, no, exactly. And to answer some of the other questions, I saw another one in here. Steering wheel compatibility. Not sure if we're going to be able to get that in the first release, but I think that's something pretty standard for any game that involves driving on especially on Steam and stuff like that, because you should be able to interface with it. There are rain sheets. I don't know if you saw towards there was a point you can. I've seen a demo where the RFD has you can see that wrapping around, and you can see with rain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about not letting the car start. That would be interesting.
Like randomly, you mean?
Yeah, it's like that would be very realistic. But I'm not 100% sure if I would be on there. Might be a little bit of cruel fate. I don't know. We'll throw in some Easter eggs.
I saw a question about like do an April 27th, 2011 model for the game. Yeah, it's Iowa. He does modeling. What we did for this demonstration that you just saw is, hold on, why is my Discord always going down? Okay, something happened.
You're good.
No, I just doesn't show. Oh, okay, it's just Hannah on the left. Okay.
Yeah, she had to cut out. Oh.
All right, so a cool thing about what you just saw is the whole storm was simulated from the famous like Salina supercell that produced the tornado. You know, the Salina tornado in Kansas, right? And funny thing is, there's differences between. Hold on, what's so funny? Okay. There's differences between what happened in real life and what the model saw, or any model saw. So I had to modify some stuff to make it look much better, but like it looks like it brought my storm to be more HP than it was during the real day in Salina, or it was just that because I was entering the bear cage as the RFD was wrapping, so maybe it's just that. As for damaging winds, yes, there will be. I didn't go under the downdrafts in this demo, but yeah, it's gonna be there. Maybe.
People talking about kids purposely crashing into your cars and things like that. While there is a competitive nature that we are throwing in here, as far as getting the best shots, earning the most points off your probes, things like that. It's not really what the game's about. It's more about the excitement of the chase. So there will be a lot of different things in this that will hopefully keep the griefing to a minimum. It's as you saw when Mark died, that was it for him. That's the end of the game cycle for him. So, if his car had been destroyed, I think we've also talked about that being kind of it for you.
Yeah, right now what I did is if you're inside your car and it, like the car condition hits 0, your car explodes and you die inside of it.
Your car explodes due to hail.
Yeah. So don't get into hail with a car. That's the. 719.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have ways of keeping people from from being constant griefers, and we'll obviously we'll have all the things that all games should have as far as bug reports and hacker reports and just people who are abusing the system and things like that, exploits, things like that. So we'll find ways to address that, as it comes to keep all of the things that people are worried about to a minimum.
Yeah.
Towns expected in the game, yes. So Mark, I don't know how thick would you say or how dense would your densest town that you're gonna be building into this map?
Never say thick on the internet.
Thick.
Yeah. So, how big the map? You mean?
Well, like someone was asking about towns, or is it going to be mostly countryside? And we've talked about the map layout before, but as far as actual cities or named, we've talked about named cities and stuff like that, or towns. As far as densities, do you have plans for a lot of buildings in an area? Maybe maybe not in a metro area, but a densely populated.
Yeah, there will be towns at least. If I don't know if doing big cities is something that would add anything to the gameplay, but we'll have towns for sure, and also different road problems that you can run into.
Gotcha. Also, on the note of soundings and maps, so that's one thing that we're not showing in this. But yeah, your game before you spawn, where when he started the build, that was the he's sitting at the gas station. That would be technically that's not exactly how you start the game, because before that, when you're placed into the server, you would want to you'd have access to soundings for the event. Outlooks from SPC, stuff like that, historically accurate to the day, and then you can use that and your meteorology knowledge and work on picking the best spawning location that's closest to your target area, to minimize the amount of drive time that you have.
Should we talk about this sign here, or not here? Not yet.
The sign,
what it actually means.
Yeah, I mean, I will leave that one to you.
Yeah, sure. So next step is probably doing the sign. I mean the interrogation thing. That's a stylish one. Shaishaf made it. After that we're gonna make it more performant, and then do a video for a real trailer showing off more stuff, I guess, as well as heavy winds and everything. No, it's not all subs, but the point is we're gonna do a Kickstarter at some point, and some level of donation might get you to put something that you'd like to put on this sign here. So the truck stop would be yours. So we still haven't decided how much does what, but it's something that's gonna, I think, be really cool, and you're gonna be able to say I was there since the beginning, and I'm if you're to donate money into making this game happen, then why not thank you by adding your name somewhere in the map, So that would be for a big one here.
Yeah, and that is all a work in progress, and we're we want to make sure we're focusing on a solid game first before we worry about some of the more intricate details. Yeah, signage is a huge one. I think we talked about billboards. There's quite a few things that we're going to be able to do with user content and stuff like that, to give you your own space in this thing. So one of the things I wanted to point out too is this map that is currently being designed and worked out and worked on. This is going to be the same map for every chase. It's going to become very familiar the more you play. I mean, think about any of the current battle royale games where you know the named locations. Once you play enough, you know where you're going and where you're dropping. You're used to the terrain. You're used to the roads and systems and stuff like that. So you'll have the same opportunities to get familiar with the entire map as you play the game.
Yeah, and currently there's like 8 times this map that you see there, with roads and small towns, buildings. If you zoom enough here, you can see. It's just that it's the only part that I've mapped yet. What else? There's only a couple buildings that were made now, so we have a couple houses. There's more houses coming soon, so we can finally make like a good-looking town. There's the gas station, the truck stop. We're gonna have like a couple more, and try to. What we're doing is procedurally like generating towns with the buildings that were made. So with your radar, will you have debris balls? I mean, I don't think model simulates debris balls in the radar, because actually debris balls it's like it's a bug, you know. It detects something that's not precipitation. So like the model, I don't think it simulates it.
Gotcha.
On mapped roads, yeah, why not? Like super small dirt roads that are just like little tracks that you can get.
That you probably shouldn't cross.
Yeah, exactly.
Void waffle, I guess that's how you said it. Void waffle. I don't know. Yeah, we were just talking about that a minute ago. Before you start, you will be able to look at SPC and stuff like that to pick your target area, and then as I think we'll still have access to those as time goes on. Like if new soundings come out, things like that.
Yeah, so we'll be able to access a lot of weather data, because it's actually easy to. I just dump them. It's the data that the game is using, so it's quite easy to imagine how I would do like the opposite, which would be like just outputting the data and just showing it on the screen instead of just like the hard part is actually like the 3D things that you're seeing there. Why is someone tagging Ben Holcomb? Is he here?
Like he was making fun of something that happened. All right, so this is round 2 of the gameplay, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get myself in trouble with the tornado itself and see if it catches me. Oh, he was just the guy that got stuck in a soybean field. Okay.
The colors and lighting, I think, is going to continue to be worked on. As far as you talk about the green skies during the Halo and stuff. I mean, it's going to be an accurate representation of light shining from one angle, hitting whether depending on where the sun is, and depending on how dense the core is.
Like right now, the core is the look of the core is from a distance. It's just like it looks like a big bunch of dark fog uniform, but just as we plan to actually like make the clouds look better, we're gonna do the same for the rain shafts. So you're gonna be able at some point. That was nice. You're gonna be able at some point to see, like, if you do time lapse, you're gonna be able to see like the shafts going down from the clouds to the ground.
Someone might have seen a funnel.
I think I mentioned the whole tornado is going to be remade, especially when it's touching down the ground. I really don't like the look of it. I mean, it feels good already when you're playing, because, you know, I think you agree with me that we felt some kind of danger when we were close to the tornado.
Yeah.
And like, that's the immersion thing that I want to, you know, make real. Take shaft.
Yeah, that rain shaft looks funny. Rain coming down from the anvil.
Yeah, you see, it's like a little bit squarish.
Yeah, right there.
I'm gonna shut down the engine. So, when the tornado actually appears, I want you guys to send Fs for how bad it looks. Just wait for it. That's the only thing that's not modeled right now. So it's like a system that I had to make, and I'm not really satisfied with using a 3D model for a tornado. So prepare your Fs and Doritos. We've got a long way. Johnson TV Productions, I said your accuracy of the debris of the home. Yes, they do. You probably missed when the parts actually went flying a bit too far. Oh yeah, Doritos and Fs, I like that. Oh no, it's getting HP right in front of me. It happened quite quickly. I'm actually like too close to it. Precipitation. I am going to be in trouble again.
Rip.
Easy access to your friends like teleportation? No, but you should communicate with your friends and spawn at the same place and just follow each other, because like teleportation would just be cheating and you would be a hacksaw.
Yeah, and we haven't talked too much to the team system. We have in the Discord and talked about it a little bit, but there will be a team system allowing you to talk with your friends and drive with them. I don't remember if we were gonna look at 4-player teams. For sure 2-player teams. That way you can have a navigator and you can have somebody driving and focusing on getting you there alive. Oh, sorry, I saw a tornado, got really excited.
We missed the tornado genesis. Well, I want Fs anyway. People are effing, but I don't know why. No private servers? Yeah, at some point there will be like probably servers where you can set some things like, oh, I want this game to be I don't know, like God mode for everyone, so that they can fly around and just film things. You know, we can probably enable servers to do that at some point, where you host your own servers and do stuff like that. But for now, what we want is focus on a fun game that everyone can like play.
Emoji's covering the tornado. Thank you, Raven. Really appreciate that.
Oh, Jay Smallsy's my boy.
What did Raven do? Oh, $1. Nice. Thank you, man.
Keep in mind any tips and things like that now will be applied.
Yeah, microburst and gust tornadoes. Yeah, sure. And also, like, the transparency of the debris cloud right now is inexistent, so that you always see it. That's bad. It's gonna be fixed as well.
No matter how rain wrapped it gets.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a hack right now because you always know where the tornado is. Yeah, it looks good, but I would like fix the debris cloud, of course, before saying that. Yeah, Void Waffle. Already said it earlier, but yeah, there will be straight line winds. Like if you went under the, like at the strongest edge of the shelf cloud that we saw earlier, under that there's like straight line winds that are sometimes strong enough to blow or break trees or stuff like that. I don't need to get closer, I'm just gonna let it come to me, and then I'm gonna sprint into it.
This will be interesting.
You can see, like, yeah, it's kind of rain wrapped, but it seems like I'm in the only clear slot where I could see the tornado. So like if I was south there, the rain shaft there wouldn't allow me to see it. So that's good positioning.
So now you can imagine, while we're kind of waiting for Mark to have an interesting bet ahead, you can imagine that during gameplay, one of the things you'll be doing, you'll be taking screenshots, or we'll have the built-in camera system, so we snap pictures and video, and there'll be we want there to be a good community feel about it as well, so you can be able to brag about the cool shots you were able to get, stuff like that.
Yes, there's day-night cycle. Right now it's, I think it's like 19 Zulu, 19 GMT, so like afternoon. See, I'm still affected by the RFD that's wrapping there, so like my winds are outflow. But if I was like there, probably it would be like super inflow. Oh no. No. Not again.
Hail.
Hope your car doesn't explode. I mean, I hope it does, personally. I'd like to see it.
Maybe there's less hail if I go south. I'm done.
All I can do now is just drive into it.
Oops. My car exploded and I died. As mentioned. Okay. I need to get myself in trouble more, I guess, faster. Or we keep that.
Yeah, just go sprinting across the field for it.
Oh my god. That hail should do less damage. Yeah, you're right. Right now it affected the windshield quite realistically,
Well,
but
did you see
then...
the size of those hailstones, though? I mean, I would expect that to.
Yeah, but it won't make your car explode. What can I do? I'm gonna run it in the editor so I can fast forward and show you guys what happens if I drive into it. F12s, huh? I'm not answering that. I feel like this game has a high standard.
Bam, you're exactly right. As far as the work that was put into getting Unity to do something that Unity was not designed to do.
Yeah, well, you know, Unity looks like the 2D or like small games engine or like the beginners engine. It's actually very like expendable, I guess. Extendable? I don't know.
Extendable, yeah.
Extendable. Yeah, it's something that you can make it look like any other engine. You can do things, but there's also like some upcoming stuff with the new. I'm gonna show you guys right now, actually.
Everybody talk about sound effects. Like I saw something in the first demo where somebody was talking about you don't hear the rain hitting the car, as well as windshield cracking, sirens, all that stuff. Sound effects are gonna come with time. You know, there's obviously you heard there's already some in the game, but it's gonna continue. There will be it'll be as immersive with sound as you could possibly get.
So let me share my browser. Game no cam this. Okay. So Unity is getting an upgrade with a lot of stuff that's gonna happen in the GPU now, and it's gonna look way better. It's like in beta right now, so I'm gonna try it and try to build. When I'm just not comfortable on building a game on, you know, not official releases. But here's what you can do. Like what kind of effects? Like usually you could see like my debris cloud had a couple particles just like rotating around, and it still dropped my frame rate. But now you can have like hundreds of thousands, and this is Unity. Like they made a showcase of what you can do with the new system that's coming, and basically there's something very, very interesting in that demo. So I'm just gonna let it play and show you guys. So yeah, I think we're gonna make it look. Oh, I stopped on the best face I could possibly stop. But you saw the tornado, right? It didn't look like cheap particles. It was in sand, of course. It's like a desert scene. But it's so fluid that I can only imagine like how great it will be to just like make rope stages or like multi-vortex and wedges out of this system. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show.
Bam, to answer your question on sound effects,
yes, it is GPU accelerated. Sorry, you can go.
I was just saying. I mean, Mark, you can speak to it. You had somebody actually in the field recording a lot of the sound effects that we're hearing, right?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll show you guys another thing. Hold on. So last year, a French crew made a movie on me and my team. It's in French.
Le ciel qui s'obscurcit.
I'm not gonna show the whole thing, obviously.
La foudre. La grêle. Les pluies torrentielles.
L'éclair.
So, hey, that's me. So they shot a movie, 2 hours long. This is our website, QC Vortex. It's a team. We're just chasing together. And they shot a movie, and the sound guy, he was just like going away in the fields and recording sound. And I asked him like, can you give me some for my game? And of course he gave it to me. I even have like some sound for hail on the car and everything like that. So I'm just gonna go straight to point. What are we seeing right now? Okay. So we're going through the loading process again. It's like a look at the behind the scenes. You can see all the chunks of everything that's loading. It's obviously slower to load in the editor like that. Oh, gentle Jake, you will have to watch it again, I think. Fuck that, I'm going through the field. Whoa. Okay, what if...
It's actually running pretty smooth on the editor right now.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? I'm just gonna drive like a crazy idiot.
I did see somebody asking earlier about things like odometer and stuff like that. Where do you see those? Those will be added on,
Yeah.
later.
Just like
Those are details.
you can see my health bar and my car condition here. There will be also the fuel gauge. The system is already working, but it's just working in the background. So I'm just gonna have to add also like a way to spend your points and like gas up or stuff like that. Reed, watch out, there's a truck coming. Okay, enough waiting. I'm gonna look the game manager and then I'm gonna speed up time. Obviously, it's really hardcore on the computer to play everything at 30 times speed. But when I put...
I was just going to answer the question about I believe the Cirrus Clouds. Those are just the skybox, right?
Yeah, they're animated though.
Oh, animated, yeah. Okay. So they do move.
Yeah. when I play it, when I play it back, it's gonna play like all the rumbles that are trying to be played since the beginning. It's gonna be funny.
There's just tornado.
Okay, is my car dying because I'm in hail now, or no? Editor wall cloud, editor tornado, editor HP. Why does it look so smooth in game? But because I was playing the whole game with all the code that's doing everything at 30 times the speed it's normally playing. So everything was laggy, and then I put it back at 1, like normal speed, so now it's playing. So imagine like the game is able to play it at like 60 frames per second, and then you're asking it to play like 30 times, like 30 times more stuff in 1 frame. So that's what happened.
Yeah. To just a question on the Kickstarter. So we're still playing with the with how we want to do the Kickstarter. You know, as you can see, the game still needs some work. We're still pushing that along. So as far as how long it'll last or anything like that, we don't really have a good answer for that right now.
Yeah, like as you can see, like it's starting to look like something really cool. There's still some major things that we need to fix or change, but the entire goal here is to be like transparent and show you guys where we're at, so that when we ask for your help in funding, then it's not like without proving that we're actually doing something. So I'm gonna put back my vehicle condition at 100. I'm a hacker. I'm also gonna repair my windshield. There you go.
Yeah, Bam. There will be different types of cells. It's just all going to depend on the data that feeds it, because you know it's real data being fed to it, you know, from historical events. So if it was able to produce an LP in the past, then it should be able to do it again.
Okay. I got into the bear cage. So I should be able now, once it reaches the road. Alright, just go wild.
Sounds like everybody wants you to start driving into it.
I don't know if you noticed, like you can see the windshield being a bit damaged. But like, I should fix maybe the texture of it.
Yeah, I think the car is gonna need some updated textures and things like that.
Oh yeah, like the inside, like even like no hands here. Gonna be fixed. It's like blurry now. Mirrors. I had to put something, you know. Oh, there's debris flying. Someone asked. Stop lagging. Okay, I need to drive into it now.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think it's gonna stop lagging really soon. Yeah, it's better now.
By the way, this is how not to storm chase.
Disclaimers everywhere.
Okay, I don't know. I got moved sideways. I don't know why it's not picking me up. Like, oh fuck, no. Alright. I guess it's just not strong enough, it's just pushing me on the sides. If I'm looking at this, the whole statistics of the storm right now, it's multi-vertex, but it's an EF1. So it's just like pushing me with strong winds on each side.
Would it pick you up if you get out?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you go run towards it?
I'm trying, but like the terrain doesn't help.
Well, like, I mean, get out of the car and run.
Oh. Yeah, I can try that. Alright. Dead. F. Everything's broken. No, it's not broken. It's just that hail is too hardcore on the damage that it does to a car. So, that's what happened.
Max hail.
Yeah. Okay, jumping the hills was a terrible idea. To be fair, that is wedge. Yes, for some people it is.
And keep in mind, you know, we will continue. We'll be continuing to do this, you know, throughout the entire development process and stuff. So you know, anything that you haven't seen today, you know, just expect that you will.
Yeah, and I mean, like, last stream was just like a Q&A thing, and then we played some stuff anyways. But it was like nothing compared to what I just played. So like, hopefully same's gonna happen for in like 2 weeks. Hold on, I'm just gonna look back at what happened. So like, we got tons of new followers. We got this crazy awesome guy, Fire Resistance, that tipped us over, like, no, he tipped us like $75 total. We got Raven tipped and said, I'm all about cruel fates, but what about potholes or flat tires? That's a nice detail that could be added. But again, as I said, it's not going to be like a priority. Like, priorities are fixing the things that were not looking good right now. And you, I mean, I told you I'm going to be like transparent. So there you go.
Yep. Void Waffle, to answer your question, we're gonna select the right models to use as far as to drive different game events and stuff, because nobody's gonna enjoy a game where they spawn in thinking they're gonna go do something and then it's just some rain or clear skies. Like, we don't need that. So it will always be an event of some type. Now there may be outbreaks of multiple cells. There may be different types of storms.
Yeah, it
and
could
stuff
be
like
you know, like a big squall line with a single supercell in front of it that produces a bunch of tornadoes. We've seen that in the past, and I'm going to use the data from it to like reproduce it. So like there can be a lot of different storms, and you can be bad and pick the wrong storm, and then just enjoy seeing hail or lightning and just not seeing the tornado that everyone sees down south or east of you. So like we're not gonna have blue sky entire days. I don't think blue sky busts are interesting for a game. Even though it's reality sometimes in storm chasing. But yeah.
Duck Meat 21. Yeah. This is primarily a multiplayer game, so you are competing with others to get the best shots, place down the best probes, and things like that.
Yeah. The interesting thing, like I think a lot of people that are used to playing sandbox games are scared of the word competitive, whatever. So like we're not trying to be a esports game or anything like serious like that. It's still like an open world game or a simulation game, but we want it to be fun for more people than just a small crowd of people that like to play just like passive games. So without like disabling passive players or without like making it less fun for them, we're just adding something that's gonna allow people to get into action and get rewarded for it. That's it. We're not like making the game we're not like forcing you to do it. We're like encouraging you because you get more points if you try harder stuff, or if you even like steal someone's probe or report something, so that everyone jumps on this thing, but then you're the only one that sees the real deal and get more points. So like if you just want this game to experience heavy weather and chase it and film it or like make videos or anything, you can still do it. You're just gonna progress less faster, and because you get points with your actions, with reports, getting a probe hit by a tornado and then getting back the probe in your inventory. So like when you do all of that, you get points, and then you can upgrade your car. You can get, you know, protection for hail. You can get tons of things that will make it different for your next chase, or easier, or maybe funnier. So it's not something like that should scare you if you don't want any like if you're a Gmod player, Roblox even, meaning you probably don't like this game. But it shouldn't be like bad, because you will still be able to like play however you want. It's just gonna reward you if you play like intensely or like aggressively.
Yeah, if you stick to true chasing and stuff like that, you're gonna, you know, where you'll probably have a better experience. But you at the same time, you know, yeah, you can be. I mean, it's just like real life. I can go out and go chasing some storms and have no reward off of that. Just kind of stay far away and watch stuff. But if I get real close, or if I want to do it for science, I'm gonna place down probes. Or if I'm gonna do it for, you know, I want media, I want pictures and videos and things, and I'm gonna get as close as I can, take shots, a little bit of risk, and then, you know, earn more rewards that way. It's very similar. So. I wanted to drop back, JT Media. When you're saying private servers, I'm assuming you mean where people can run their own server. If that's the case, probably not at this time. It's not planned. All the servers will be hosted. All the games will be server hosted, and I don't know.
What we could do is probably have
a
partnered server where, let's say, the guy who made this mod in Gmod with where you chase tornadoes, he wants to have like his private server where he can do like some stuff, and he's well known, he has his community, and he has something to bring to mine or to ours, or like he can make OUTBRK like go, you know, bigger or funnier or whatever. Well then, if you contact me for that, at this, like, not at this point, because obviously it's not ready for that, but maybe we could let some partners have their own like private servers where they can like modify some stuff and have their own community. But like not
that's
allowing everyone to just start a server, because I don't think we're gonna have, or like end up having like hundreds of thousands of players in any case. So like we want to keep people together, and I think it's gonna be like so fun to like actually chase with other people around you. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and that's definitely what I meant. Like, I think one of the things that's great about being involved in this development process for everybody is nothing technically is off the table. You know, there's a lot of factors that'll go into play on when we can actually add something in or do some sort of new feature, but you know, nothing is off the table in any development. So, yeah, we'll see, but definitely not planned for first release.
Void asked, will there be breaks in the weather to give us a chance to buy stuff and prepare? Yeah, at the beginning, when you start the chase and you see the weather data, you see the SPC outlook, you see everything like that, then you can upgrade your vehicle, get ready for the chase, and then go. But you can't just stop in the middle and just, oh shit, it's hailing, I'm gonna buy a hail protector. You know, that's not how that works. So you have to plan ahead, but then it's gonna be like at start of every chase that you decide on that.
Yeah, and to add on to that, because the timing of the game loop itself, from the moment you are picking your target area to the moment that the game's over and your score's calculated, leaderboards are posted, all that good stuff. That time frame is just pretty much from just before the birth of the cells that are going to cause the major event to the death of those cells and shortly afterwards. It's not like a full 24-hour day or a persistent world, because that way, once it's done, you can jump out and jump back into a new one. You know, queue up for a new game.
Exactly, because we all like simulation. We all like the fact that it's realistic, or it's getting as realistic as possible, but like at some point there's realistic things that are just boring and we're still doing a game. So we want it to be realistic, but we want people to be like, you know, oh, I want to play some Outbreak. Well, that doesn't mean spending 8 hours waiting, you know, because that's what chasing is. So we skip the boring parts and we just make something fun out of it.
Somebody asked, as far as putting in your own data, it's very similar to the discussion around private servers. We've talked about you know, custom matches, that kind of thing, where you can set parameters of, you know, certain things. We talked about that a little bit even earlier in this stream. So feeding it your own data, it's one of those things that could be on the table for the future. Not going to be something in the initial release. Because there's a lot of ETL that goes into getting the data to work right with the game.
Do you have any more questions? People love Doritos. I think we created like an inside joke meme thing.
Yep. Doritos are gonna be. You know what? That's the in-game currency. I think that would be an amazing. Like, that's what you earn from points to Doritos.
It wouldn't be illegal, but.
Oh yeah, we'll call them orange triangles. I don't know, spicy triangles.
I just found our next commercial.
Oh, all right! In time for the Super Bowl commercial, let's let's reach out to Doritos or to Frito-Lay or whoever does it.
All right.
Don't donate us money. Donate us Doritos. It speeds up production.
Exactly. So
yeah,
go
question, ahead. Sorry, I was just going to answer Void's question. As far as it's very similar to any multiplayer match that you would play. It's not a persistent world. They're single game sessions, and we've talked about some sessions being sped up with faster Genesis. You know, maybe a 30-minute session. I think we were talking about that's where it would still feel good, but not too unnatural, but still,
especially
a
like
quick
if
game.
people want to play a quick game, but they don't have like 2 hours in front of them, so they just want to play a 30-minute long game, just like any other game.
And we may have some where there are multiple hours, and we've also already started tossing around events that we may run, special events where we're like, hey, everybody, we're gonna do we're having a special night of El Reno chasing, and it may be a big long time that we're all there.
Oh wow. This is very good. F in the chat. I love people that are creating memes with the OUTBRK game.
As far as the end game is concerned, and like whether or not you can stay in the map after the game ends, I do think we need to deliberate more on how do we show the events that occurred throughout that game, as far as hey, some people capture a tornado up here in this area, and here's some cool shots of some of the damage and things like that. We may need to toss around some things on that.
Mm-hmm. Like for instance, like El Reno it wouldn't be like as easy as just like taking the weather models and outputting it into the game and just get exactly what happened. I will still have to like adjust some stuff and make it look like it really happened. But it's definitely like a data we need to simulate, I think, for various reasons.
I don't know if May 31st, 2019 is a good target for that, because the game's not out yet, but we don't know when it'll be released. So
yeah, official release probably not. But like maybe we'll be in early access or anything like that.
As far as allotted time to join a game, I think we talked about this, that we would try to have it to where most of the time when you join a game, you're joining at the same time as everybody else. It really waits for enough people to queue up, and then but as far as like late joins and stuff like that, I think it's possible that we, depending on a certain time frame, because it'd be pointless to spawn you in one where you don't even have time to figure out your partner. Yeah, but there might be a little bit of a early thing, and maybe you get a bonus or something like that if you end up getting something because you spawn in late. I'm not sure, but definitely an idea. Cool. Well, y'all, we are running over time by half an hour, so I'm gonna say I think that we need to go ahead and I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we've been live for like how long? Like 1 hour 40 minutes, and I think we planned for 1 hour.
Barely an hour. Yeah, we're supposed to like fit us barely into an hour.
Well, I hope and sincerely hope that you people liked it, and even though it's still full of lags at some places or buggy stuff, or like I still enjoy seeing the houses just go like with all the debris flying. Obviously they weren't falling down as quick as they should, but there's small bugs like that, there's small problems that will be fixed, and it's easy actually. I just have to like adjust some values. So that's what game development is as well. Like it's like you create this monster full of small adjustments, and then you just have to play it, and that's where at some point we'll have testers as well, because it's probably going to be like early access, because we want people to find bugs so that we can fix it. Actually, 10 minutes before the stream started, you were all already like spamming the chat here, and I was still waiting for the build to complete, so that's why we still have some issues, but like I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you're excited for what's coming for this game, and that I don't know. I mean, and I can thank enough like all the people that donated, and especially this guy Fire Resistance, who's been like, I don't know, I never expected that, and he said Game of the Year 2019, and you are a beautiful human being. Well, thank you. I hope he's still here, actually.
Real quick, if you don't mind, just to take a couple more minutes, if y'all want to throw in just your initial, if you could frame up your feelings about the current state of the game and where it's going in, you know, a couple of words, if you would throw that in the chat, that'd be awesome, just so we can get a feel for, you know, what you guys are thinking. And don't feel free to be criticized, do whatever. Yeah.
We'll be honest.
Like, you can say, this is shit, I prefer Roblox. I don't mind.
Game's dope. Hearts, love it.
That's you, Angelo, I know.
What are you talking about?
Roblox, yeah. I started a monster. Every time I tell a joke, everyone like throws it back at me for weeks. Wow, okay.
Pretty sure my son is playing Roblox in his room right now. I'm careful what I say about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are not like, they want this open world persistent thing, but
Kyle, David, thank you for the note about what to do at in game. We'll definitely talk about it and see what we come up with, but definitely taken to note.
okay, yeah, I see what he's saying. Like, I mean, I don't mind. The event can be ending, and then you can spend like maybe you could have like this downtime where you can still drive around and go see the damage, and eventually we could add some damage survey, but it's not really the point of the game. But like, I don't mind like letting players just roam around and look at the debris everywhere and just make videos or pictures. I think it's very cool thing to have, and we're probably gonna do it.
And I do think on top of that, I think some of the server architecture is going to help us define that, as far as how long we can leave sessions open after they've ended. You know, how much impact that has. I mean, if there's only 2 people playing this game ever, then, you know, they can stay in the world as long as they want. But if we've got a very high player base, and you know, we'll have to figure out a nice happy medium that still allows people, you know, join new games, but as well as give them some free roam.
Okay, yeah, and then Foray, which is actually our good friend Fire Resistance. 2 minor things I noticed were running speed and the color. Yeah, running speed definitely. Like, I think it's Angelo that said the same thing. Like, you run so fast. It's like, this is not Call of Duty, son. So, and the color of the debris cloud, yeah, of course, the whole tornado and debris cloud is going to be fixed and different than what you saw eventually. But it's resources, it's hard work, and it's like, we wanted to show you guys something, not just spend a lot of time on fixing one little thing. So now is the time to fix the little things to make it super sharp and performant, and then we'll go for more. Pretty good, but some high wind effects and tornado could be worked on. Yeah, hurricane tracker, like the vegetation moves in high wind as if it was moderate wind. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. My whole system used to be doing, you could see it like in the vegetation, like when you're in the bear cage and you start having this inflow, it was like, you could see it way more than that. So I think I probably just forgot to enable some little thing. Next one, you're gonna see it. What are the keys you want to be able to press? Okay, the default was WASD, but like, it's gonna be customizable. Like,
yeah, we're gonna allow key bindings and things.
Of course, right? Like there's no game today that doesn't allow this. Like even like plugging in a controller if you want to play with a controller. So yeah.
Hurricane, right now it's F. I actually have no idea. I'm just saying it's F.
Hurricane, F's in chats, but the key right now is R. I don't know why. R as in probe, guys. So.
Hey, with that, let's end the stream.
Oh, okay.
Angelo, if you want to give some closing remarks.
Oh yeah, it's a new thing. Like the R's in chat. I think it's gonna be way better. It's the new meme. R's in chat.
R.
R will become the new F. I like that. Let's make it happen. All right, Angelo, you still here, or you fell asleep because it was too boring?
I'm still here.
Anything you need to say before we end this art stream?
Yeah, if you guys would like to, you can follow us at
Rip.
Oh, I forgot my push to talk. That's my bad. You can follow us at OUTBRK Game on Twitter, or look up OUTBRK Game on Facebook. Follow us there. I'll post links again.
Yeah, we'll post it in the chat. Yeah.
And of course, join the Discord if you can. That's a pretty good area for collaboration. And we post a lot of questions, and we answer a lot of questions there as well. So definitely come engage with us on the Discord. If you have Discord, you're going to see everything before anybody else does. So we can put it that way.
Yeah, and a lot of feedback from the Discord server was really important in what the game became so far and what it will become in the future. So I think your input and feedback is really important to us, because we want to play a game that like everyone wants to play, and we want people to be in the field chasing storms with us. So it has to be fun, and for that we need feedback sometimes. So feel free to join our Discord server. And that's it. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good. As far as last thing. We will be doing more streams like this. Can't promise they will be weekly the way that they have been. And it's all going to depend on schedules and how much gets done and all that stuff. But we do have another stream sort of planned, where we're going to talk a little more in depth about the Kickstarter and some other details and things. So, and maybe some little surprises along the way. So, thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it.
All right. So, thank you guys. Seriously, like, I hope you like that. Feel free to comment, like, come to our Discord and come to the chat, like, where we have this live stream questions channel, or the random or whatever. You can post wherever you want. Just come tell us what you think of the game so far. We would love that. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll be back here really soon. Thanks.